Hi everyone, my name is Shara and I work on the Vista campus in junior high. And today we're in the book of 3 John. Have you ever been at the grocery store before, anywhere in public, and you're looking at something, maybe you're looking at like the fruit, the oranges, and a random person comes up nearby you, maybe a stranger, you don't know them, and as you're looking at the oranges, they say, "Those are new, are you gonna get one?" And you look at them, they're not making eye contact with you, and as you're about to respond, you hear them say, "Oh my gosh, that was so rude. I can't believe she did that." But they're not looking at you, and now you're confused, and you don't understand what's happening in this awkward conversation until they turn their head sideways and you realize they have a Bluetooth earpiece in. They're not talking to you. In fact, we live in this time with technology where you can't tell if someone's talking to you or if they're on the phone, or honestly, if they're just talking to themselves. And we all talk to ourselves all the time. It's just a part of being human, whether we talk to ourselves out loud or whether we talk to ourselves in our head. When you fail at something, you say out loud or in your head, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. You're so dumb. Get yourself together." Or when you succeed at something, you tell yourself, "Good job, Shara. You did it. You're awesome. You're the woman. Keep it up. Good job." Well, we found this character in 3 John, Diotrephes, and we learned about these pitfalls of leadership that he fell into, this critical spirit, this need to be first, this arrogance, this fear. And I wonder what kind of talk was happening in his head or maybe even out loud to himself. Maybe he was saying things like, "You're a great leader. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need their advice. You got this. You deserve to be first. Look at those people. Look at them and then look at you. So much better." What was the kind of self-talk that he had that led him to these pitfalls in leadership? Well, there's another character in 3 John that we met at the first part of 3 John that John was talking about. And he says, he's talking about Gaius, and he says that you hold to faith and that you are hospitable. These qualities where he hasn't fallen into these leadership pitfalls like Diotrephes, but he has faith, he holds to the truth, he's hospitable. And in verse 2, John wants to encourage Gaius, and he says in verse 2, which we're going to look at today, it says, "Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well." Here, John is making this analogy between the physical condition of your bodies and the condition of your soul. Many Christians would be desperately ill if their physical health was the same as their spiritual health, their soul. And so here, John's saying, hey, I hope you have good health, even as your soul has good health. Those things are both important. And we want to be spiritual leaders in our home that don't fall in those pitfalls of Diotrephes. And that means we have to care for our souls. We have to care for not just the outward part of us, but the inward part of us. We can't just do self-care. We can't just do self-talk. We actually need to speak to our soul. There's a difference between just talking to yourself and talking to your soul. When you talk to your soul, it puts you in this posture of prayer, of thinking inward, of going towards God and asking for His help, for Him to change you from the inside out. And we see this all in the Psalms. In Psalm 42, David is saying, "Hey, my soul, why are you downcast? My soul, why are you this way?" It's all throughout the Psalms. David is speaking to his soul, not speaking to himself. There was a time when I've been really angry before, and I was just immersed in this anger and frustration of the situation around me. And I was just so engulfed in it that I had to stop myself in my tracks and say, "Soul, why are you angry? Soul, why are you so upset?" And it felt weird and silly to speak to my soul, but it led me to this posture of prayer and thinking, what is going on inside my heart? What is going on inside my soul? What is going on that this situation has got me so upset and so angry? And it brought me back to reliance on God and seeking Him in prayer. If we don't want to fall into these pitfalls that Diotrephes had of the need to be first, of a critical spirit, arrogance, fear, all those things that Larry talked about, we need to speak to our soul. Speak out loud or in your head or in your journal, whatever that is. Ask your soul, "Hey, soul, why do you need to be first in this situation? Soul, why are you so critical of that other person? Soul, why do you think you're better than them? Soul, what are you so afraid of? Soul, why are you angry?" When we start speaking to our soul, we're speaking to this inner part of us and asking God, "Hey, come into the inner parts of me and change me from the inside out." We need to start speaking for our soul and caring for our soul, not just self-care with that coffee, that bubble bath, that movie that we deserve, but care for our souls and the condition of our souls. So I encourage you and challenge you this week, speak to your soul. Have some conversations.